Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have all the power, influence, and control, while others, no matter how talented or hardworking, stay stuck? Today, we're going to break down the 5 levels of power, from what you can control directly, all the way to shaping what millions of people believe. Level 1 is direct power, the simplest kind. This is the power you hold in your own hands, your voice or your skills. Your body lets you lift, run, or fight. Your money buys what you need right now. Your knowledge allows you to fix, build, or create without asking anyone else. Your presence and charisma can command attention instantly. Think about it. A skilled carpenter builds a table alone. A charismatic speaker can captivate a room the moment they start talking. No permission needed, no system required, just you acting. But direct power has a limit. It only works while you're present. Once you leave the room, your influence disappears. Your strength fades with fatigue. Your money runs out when spent. Your skills sit idle if you're sick. One person can only do so much. You can inspire 10 people, maybe 100 if you're magnetic, but never 1,000 without burning out. Direct power feels strong at first, but it is temporary. It's trapped inside your body and your moment. Once you realize this, you see why systems, titles, and influence that survive absence are far more powerful. Level 2 is positional power, power that comes from the role you occupy, not from you. A manager gives orders, a judge rules in court, a police officer enforces the law. The authority belongs to the position, not the person. Step away from the office or take off the uniform, and that power vanishes. You're borrowing authority from the system. Positional power multiplies your reach. A manager doesn't do every task. A judge doesn't enforce the law personally. Delegation amplifies influence. Yet positional power is fragile. It lasts only as long as you hold the role. Lose the job, retire, or get replaced, and people stop listening. Worse, someone higher in the hierarchy can strip it away anytime. So, positional power is stronger than direct power, but it depends entirely on the system. What if people followed you voluntarily because they respected or trusted you, not because they had to? That brings us to level 3, relational power, which comes from relationships, trust, and influence. People listen because they want to, not because they must. Friends ask for your advice. Mentors guide protégés. Community leaders inspire action. This power moves with you. Lose your job, and your relationships remain. A retired judge may lose official authority, but decades of reputation still open doors. Relational power is earned through consistency, reliability, and care. Every interaction builds your network. Every promise kept strengthens it. Relational power also scales better than direct power. One trusted person influences 10 others. Those 10 influence 100. Your influence spreads even when you're not there. Stories travel through people you've helped years ago. But it still has limits. Relationships fade if ignored. Trust breaks if promises are broken. Relational power requires ongoing investment. Miss too many calls or betray trust, and your influence shrinks. Level 4 is structural power, where the system works for you even when you're not acting. Laws, institutions, economic structures, and algorithms perpetuate advantage automatically. Zoning laws can keep wealthy neighborhoods exclusive. Tax codes favor investors over wage earners. Credit scoring systems reward the financially privileged. Highways, school funding, and infrastructure can all reinforce advantages over generations without anyone lifting a finger. Structural power is invisible until you notice it. The rules, the institutions, and the systems enforce your advantage continuously. But it requires resources to build: money, influence, and control over capital. And it can be undone by systemic change, revolutions, or collapsing institutions. Finally, level 5 is ideological power, the highest and lasting form. Here, you don't enforce rules, you control what people believe is true, right, or normal. Religion, patriotism, identity narratives, media framing, these shape behavior because people enforce the rules on themselves. When ideology takes root, people act in ways that benefit your system without realizing it. They see exploitation as opportunity, obedience as virtue, and inequality as natural order. One believer converts 10, those 10 convert 100, and soon the idea spreads across generations. Ideological power multiplies infinitely. It survives the creator's absence. It shapes reality long after anyone remembers who started it. To recap, direct power is immediate but limited. Positional power amplifies you through roles but is fragile. Relational power grows through trust, influence, and networks. Structural power embeds advantage into systems, and ideological power shapes what people think, feel, and do automatically. Most people operate only at level 1 or 2, but the truly powerful understand all 5, building influence that scales, lasts, and multiplies, sometimes even beyond their lifetime. Ask yourself, which level of power are you using today, and which could you start building for tomorrow?